Hey guys, welcome to the Fitness Entrepreneur Show. Today I want to talk about how to attract more high-paying online coaching clients from the internet. And I'm going to share with you a number of key principles that I truly believe are going to help you attract better clients and make more money. So let's get some context first of all. Let's look at the actual problem with attracting clients. Well, it's 2021 at the time that I'm recording this. And safe to say that there has been a massive surge in online coaches. With the global pandemic that's just gone down, everybody is an online coach nowadays. Now, the reality is online coaching is a lot more acceptable. If you were a personal trainer and you've suddenly had to pivot and become an online coach, or you're a gym owner that's had to build an online element, you will know that a lot of your older clients will now accept online coaching as a ways and means of you delivering your expertise. So the marketplace has gone up, but the competition has also gone up as well. And pretty much everyone is selling the same thing in many ways, shapes, or forms. They're selling the transformation of getting leaner, building muscle, looking better, feeling better, etc. So it can be quite hard to stand out. And with that much stuff going on with social media, we've got Clubhouse now, we've got YouTube Shorts, we've got Instagram, we've got Facebook, we've got Lives, we've got emails, we've got a ton of different platforms that you can showcase your expertise. But that creates a lot of noise in the marketplace, and sometimes it can be really hard knowing where to focus your energy and your efforts, and ultimately it can be quite overwhelming. So I've documented down a couple of really important principles that I truly believe are going to help you build your confidence, build more predictable lead generation, and of course, attract better people into your program. So let's start with the first one. Now, please bear in mind, I'm boiling this down to 5 principles. There's 101 ways to get clients. There's a lot of stuff that you need to know, but these 5 in particular are really going to help you. If you want to know anything more about lead generation, marketing, or sales, head over to my website, phil-graham.com, check out my podcast, or drop me a DM with the words YouTube, and I'll send you over some assets to help you learn and grow your business more. Now, let's get stuck in. Principle number 1. I call these the core 4. The 4 things that you really need to narrow your focus and build when it comes to growing your business. A lot of coaches think that there's a ton of stuff that they've got to focus on, but the reality is there's only 4. Here they are. Number 1 is your identity, how you see yourself and how you feel the world sees you. Working on your mindset, your mission, all of these things are critical to growing your business, because when the vision is big enough and strong enough on the inside, it takes care of all the challenges on the outside. All the bad clients that you're going to knock into, all the rejection that you're going to get, potential competitors, your fear of other people. When you build your inner world and your inner mission and get clear on what it is, you will be very clear on what you need to do every single day, and you will be inspired to work with it. So working on your mindset is super important. When it comes to going beyond mindset, we've got identity, we've then got booking sales calls, doing sales calls, and delivering a great service. Now let me talk about the latter 2, booking sales calls and doing sales calls. When you book more sales calls, you create more opportunities for a sale to take place. It is much easier to close a program, close a service over a phone than it is in DMs. DMs can be very useful in getting your clients warmed up and set for a phone call. But the phone call is ultimately where the transaction and the commitment is going to take place. And without a shadow of a doubt, if you do more phone calls with your target market, you are 100% more likely to attract more clients into your program and make more money. There's no question about it. When somebody is DMing you back and forth, they can stop, they can change their mind, they can ghost you. All of these things happen. The final thing is delivering a great service, making sure that you've actually got the skills and the expertise needed to get the result. If you're really, really good at what you do and you can get a result, and you've got the right systems in your business, you've got the right setup, the right coaching support, you check your program platforms every now and again and make sure clients aren't left lingering, and you're ultimately just providing a great service, clients are going to get great results, And think about this very simple concept. I shared it with my Authority Network clients just the other day. That's my mastermind for six-figure fitness entrepreneurs and beyond that want to scale and grow their business by working smarter, not harder. I said, if you wanted to double your revenue, one of the most simplest things that you can do is get a referral from every single client that you have. Now think about that for a second. Sounds really simple, but a referral from one client for every client that you have would double your business, would double your revenue. And it's important that you provide an exceptional service. Your standards are there and you're committed to getting the result that the client was promised when they first signed up. You know, there's a lot of confusion around high ticket coaching and price points and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of people saying you shouldn't be charging that much, etc., etc. Guys, here's the deal. What you charge is entirely down to what you feel your service is worth and what the customer is willing to pay to achieve the transformation. Your program is only a ripoff whenever you do not fulfill on the value that you promise. When you don't fulfill on the transformation that you promise and taking into account that the actual client has committed and worked hard and implemented everything that you have said. There's a big onus on you, but there's also a big onus on the client. So realize that you can charge ultimately whatever you want. And if you head to my website, phil-graham.com, you'll be able to get a price increase formula that will give you the word for word perfect script that allows you to communicate with clients to increase your price point if you're feeling undervalued. If you can't find it on my website, drop me a DM with price increase on Instagram or somewhere, and I'll be sure to get it over to you. But you need to feel in fair exchange for the services that you provide. And there's a lot of coaches that I work with that come to work with me that are undercharging, are the world's best kept secret, and they're just worried about increasing their price point. And they end up compensating by doing a ton of extra qualifications and selling the qualifications, not the actual transformation that the client actually wants. So please understand that it's about what you feel your service is worth, and it's ultimately what the client is willing to pay. And every quarter, I recommend you ask yourself, do I feel like my service is worth the money? Do I feel that I could be charging more? If the answer is yes and yes, then you've got to act on it. Because otherwise, if you don't, what you'll do is you'll just end up taking on more clients at a cheaper price point, and ultimately you'll burn yourself out, you'll tire, you'll fatigue, and you can't grow into a business that's causing you pain and resentment. The next thing that I want to talk about is strong messaging. Strong messaging is super important. Your messaging is ultimately the way that you communicate to your target market. It is the language that you speak. And if you go to a country that you don't speak the language, people are not going to understand you. Even if you go to a country where you are fluent in the language, people are maybe going to grasp a little bit, but they're not going to fully understand you. And when you can't communicate effectively, people cannot trust you. And this is one of the biggest challenges that I see in the fitness industry, is that coaches are trying to communicate and target everyone. The reality is you are a hero to a subset of the population, a niche. You specialize in a particular service for a small segment of the market. That is ultimately what you do, and you have to find that. In fact, safe to say, you probably were a member of that community before you went through your own transformation. Many fitness professionals end up going into the actual trade of coaching because they once got value from transforming their own bodies and their own health through a series of information consumption and implementation of different strategies. And you're actually selling organized bits of information based on those experiences. And I actually delivered a training on this the other day to our Authority Network clients called Niche, Audience, and Avatar. And those are the three things that you need to consider when it comes to setting up your messaging. Your niche is who you take from worst to first and the specialist service involved. The audience is more along the lines of demographic, age, gender, location, where do they live, sexuality, cultural backgrounds, all of those things. And then avatar is ultimately like video game characters, the exact example of current clients that you work with that you love. And you've got to be the welcome guest in their world, not the annoying pest, as Dan Kennedy says. What you've got to realize is that your messaging has to build trust inside their mind and get them reliant upon consuming your content to solve their problems. You know, I've got coaches that watch every single video that I put out, that put out listen to all my podcasts, and they rely on that information to grow their business. If you're watching this right now and you've been following me for a while, I can hand on heart say with absolute certainty that you've probably made a lot of money through my free content. And that ultimately builds trust. And you've got to do exactly the same. You've got to build trust in your market's mind by producing relevant, clear messaging that is in line with their problems, their big fears, their aspirations, and talking about how you can help them. And you need to communicate in a very simple and effective way how certain you are in respect to your sequential steps, your system of how you can transform their life. And you need to make it easy to understand, easy to believe, and you got to be consistent with it. So messaging is super important. And that is ultimately what's going to help you book more sales calls, do more sales calls. And when you deliver a great service, that involves listening to your clients, listening to the problems that they have, and regularly asking yourself, am I including that in my market? Am I including that in my messaging? Listening to your sales calls, getting clear on the problems, looking at that every single quarter and going, right, what were the top problems this quarter? What were the top problems that I can now bring into my messaging and my content? Oh, such and such has a problem with eating late at night. Okay, how can I create content around that? How can I highlight how my system overrides that or beats that or helps people through this? How can I communicate that I can help people by dissolving their big pain points and big problems? The third, really simple. It's going to take me less than 30 seconds to share. Get great results with your clients. There's a lot of coaches out there that are terrible at what they do, and they rely on marketing and sales to get more clients. If you don't have great results, you're going to have to market and sell 10 times harder, which requires a lot more energy. You guys know when you put up a great before and after and you tag the person in it, their friends start commenting on it, you get flooded with inbox messages. Really simple context. Can you barely speak? Get great results with your clients. Post about them, talk about them, boast them, tell your clients that you're proud of them, and that will definitely build trust with your market. Remember, if you tag their friends, their like-minded friends are going to see it and they're going to be intrigued, and then they get pulled into your world, and if your messaging is right, boom, you're going to create great content and you're going to build trust very quickly. 4, like I just said earlier on, if you wanted to double your business, ask for a referral. If you've got 10 clients and you get a referral from every single one, you double your business, you double your revenue. Even if you did half, 5 out of 10 clients, you grow your business by 50% without having to spend a dime or a penny on Facebook ads, without even having to market. And you know what the best thing is? Word of mouth, right? Word of mouth. When clients refer other people, it makes them look good, it makes them feel good, and they deal with all the sales objections. You know, if somebody's referring a friend, they can say, hey, how much is it? Well, it's between X and Y. Oh, that's a lot of money. Look how much transformation it's given me in my life. So these are exceptional ways to grow your business. And with everything starting to go crazy with Facebook ads and stuff now, guys, you need to be thinking about other avenues and other platforms to get clients from. If you've got a business that's just built up on Facebook ads and Facebook ads pulls your account, you're in trouble. So you've got to create these referral networks. It's foundation organic marketing. And if you want help with that, please head over to my website, click AN, fill out an application form, and connect with one of our team. And we'd be delighted to help you in terms of growing your market business strategy so that you can grow your business, attract more clients, and of course, close more people into your program that you can actually help and that you actually enjoy working with. Now, last but not least, daily call to action. So many coaches, this is really basic stuff, but so many coaches forget to put a call to action out. Why? 1, they forget. 2, they're worried about looking stupid or desperate for clients. And 3, they just don't know how to word it. Guys, when it comes to marketing, keep it really simple. Tell people what you do, what your service will do for them, and how they can get it. At the end of your post, talk about getting in touch. I've done it a couple of times throughout this because I want to help coaches like you grow your business. Straight to the point, nothing to hide. And the reality is when you do that clearly, you make your audience aware that you can help them. You make your audience aware that you've got availability. Don't worry about other coaches. Don't worry about old friends. Don't worry about family. They're never going to buy from you. Worry about the people that you can help. It's as simple as that. Now, there's probably questions some of you guys have. What about Facebook ads? Should I be running them? Should I be doing this with my marketing? Should I be doing a 5-day challenge? Guys, you've got to realize that a lot of that stuff is just tactical. and you've got to look at the most important first principles when it comes to setting up your business. And what I've shared with you today, identity, booking sales calls, doing sales calls, delivering a great service, getting your messaging right, getting great results, asking your current clients for referrals, making sure that you've got basic call to actions on your posts is without a doubt the simplest, most effective way to get clients. And some of you guys that are even over 5K per month, 10K per month, still aren't doing some of this stuff. And also those of you guys that start to get successful and go over 10K a month and start to build a six-figure business, get complacent and sometimes forget to do this stuff, especially down the line when you get successful. Remember, when you're successful, you forget to prioritize. So hopefully this has added some value and given you some insights. I'd love to hear your feedback on this. Comment below, drop me a DM, would love to hear it. Want to wish you the best and hopefully get to see you soon. Take care and have an amazing year ahead.